We're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for twin flames, for the divine feminine, for the divine masculine, to see what is going on. Today we have our sun in Capricorn, which is forming an opposition with Mars in Cancer. Mars is still retrograde. This is really, really important too. It's going to be shifting in a few weeks. However, it's going to stay in Cancer, playing out some of the same themes. I'll talk a little bit about this today and just kind of what is going on for the twin flames. Expect things might get a little bit emotional today. Any energies you haven't fully dealt with might be surfacing. Even though we're done with that Cancer full moon, today might be stirring things up to the surface. It's also bringing a huge wave of energy that we want to be tapping into. Now, this is all about where you're headed. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of these themes, but it's all about your goals and planning and how to get there, making these things happen. But because Mars is still in retrograde, we are still paying attention to our energy. So you're probably being guided to let go of people and places that are draining your energy. These are huge things that we've been working on through 2024. And as we moved into 2025, it's all about where you're going, moving forward, and paying attention to your energy. So we have a little bit of a, we'll say, lesson between how we're taking care of ourselves emotionally and our work life and things like that. So you might feel a little bit of a tug of war between your personal and professional life right now, kind of playing out. All about, like I said, paying attention to your energy and what you're putting your energy into. If you're still people pleasing, overextending yourself, not putting yourself first, these themes are going to be shown to you very loud and clear and highlighted for you to deal with during this time. All about taking care of yourself and taking care of your energy a little bit better, we're going to see, but all about tapping into your desires and dreams and where you want to go in the next couple of months too. So we're in, obviously, January. We've started out the new year, and while we're in the last of Capricorn season, it's all about planting our seeds for the year moving forward and what you're kind of laying down. This is like the foundation for your year. Now, because we're in this Mars retrograde energy, you guys might not feel like doing much, right? And I feel this is like the pullback and like the time to heal yourself and to focus on doing the healing work and doing the inner work. Now we're going to shift gears and talk about twin flame, but when you're dealing with twin flame, they tend to trigger within yourself energetically all the internal blocks that you need to face and work on and heal within yourself. Each twin flame is separately dealing with their side of things, and everyone is different as to what you're healing or needing to heal in this lifetime as you're going through this twin flame process. This is why you might need some help with the process. It's all about clearing the negativity right now, negative beliefs, blocks, negative thoughts, and things like that. But we're going to start with a reading for the divine feminine just to get started, but make sure you guys are checking out my website, sparksofdivinelighealing.com. I have the reading option, which is phone call session. You guys can do that as often as you need it to, and it's going to help to go into your specific situation. Great if you're needing a shift or you're needing to heal something or just some clarity on your situation. I also have a ton of healings, clearings, and activations on my website. I am an energy worker, and I'm always trying to help you guys with your energy. I also do twin flame coaching, which is great for working you through the process no matter where you're at in it too. So I have lots of options on my website, sparksofdivinelighealing.com. Make sure you guys are booking me on there if you need me. All right, divine feminine, let's start with you. Divine feminine, a reading for you to see what's going on, but divine masculine, if you're watching, direct messages from your feminine. I'm confused about what I should do about my feelings for you. This is going to bring up a lot of emotions. With any of these energies, we're learning how to integrate into the 5D. We are clearing a lot of outdated programming, big time right now, right? Outdated beliefs, programming, and even old emotions that are surfacing that we're having to deal with. It's all about staying, I say, regulated and stable and balanced moving through these energies, because these energies are going to continue to generally amplify whatever it is that we're feeling. So we want to be feeling good, not that fake positivity, that truly healed and feeling excited and lit up about where we're headed and what we're working on and what we're doing, especially when it comes to our love life. We're healing and clearing a lot of deep wounds when it comes to love and how we relate to other people too. So you might be having a lot come up. This could be triggering a lot of emotions to the surface. That's pretty common with twin flame, that it might be bringing up a lot. Just kind of depends on what for you. When times got tough, I gave up on you too soon. I see this so much with different, I say, attachment styles, throwing the towel in, like over and over. Okay, pay attention, not to make fun, but I've been telling people a lot lately that doing this work, I get to see a lot of the same people going into the same things, but I realize that these are connected to our core wounds and things that you're working through, ways that you feel when it comes to love, your twin flame, or even your situation that you may need to work on releasing and healing because they may be blocks to your situation. One of the most common blocks I see is kind of giving up and throwing in the towel, right? Or repeating the same negative patterns over and over and over, saying the same things, but they are connected to what we're thinking inside and deeper held beliefs and narratives and things like that. Both twin flames right now are clearing all of the ways you don't feel lovable. That's what it really is. It's like literally clearing those kind of wounds and healing things that you need to work on so that you feel better and focusing on your own healing. This is why sometimes we even go through breaks or separation to really get mastery of ourselves and to do the self-work and to work on ourselves by ourselves at different points within the twin flame journey too. Working on clearing out any negative beliefs, old programs, or ways that you're not fully loving yourself or taking care of your energy right now. Really focus on your healing. It's going to help you so much. I've awakened to our connection. I know we have a timeless bond between us. Distance, time, space, none of this will keep you apart. When you see the big picture of things too, you might face obstacles. You're all going to probably face obstacles and blocks that you need to face and clear. Barriers to love. Everyone's situation is different. Some of these might be internal blocks. Some of them might be challenging circumstances. It just kind of depends. I get a lot of downloads and I like to tap into things. And, you know, if this was so easy, everyone would be with their twin flame, and we see a lot happening collectively, right? Jokes aside. And so it's not always as easy as you think, but if you stay focused, if you really stay determined and work towards the results that you want, Capricorn season in a nutshell, you will get there. And twin flame is like, you know, any other journey that you're on too. The healing doesn't stop as you progress through the relationship. You're going to go through a lot of soul growth together. This time, the next couple of months, especially with Mars in Cancer, we're bringing up, like, we're going through a lot of soul growth. This is important too. You're going to be tested. You're going to be thrown obstacles. This is Earth, right? We have a lot come at us too to test whether the connection or even yourself spiritually and things like that. Expect that we're going through a lot of soul growth as we're starting out 2025, but it's a transformation that we're going through that's meant to really, really help you on a deeper level. So I'm encouraging you to stay the course with whatever it is that you're manifesting, whether, you know, you're trying to heal separation challenges and wounds, get at me if you are, or you're in a connection with your twin flame already and, you know, you're manifesting things together or where you want to be together. It just depends. I'm sending you signs and messages. We're getting little nudges from the universe. This is a divinely guided connection, and this is important too. Pay attention to the signs that you're getting. They can really, really help you with leading you forward. You're seeing the angel number. You're seeing the synchronicities. You might be dreaming about your twin flame. You might be having little signs that you're spending time with them on a higher levels or in the astrals, and the dreams are complicated. I'm always trying to study things around here and stuff like that, and I really feel sometimes we're traveling dimensions, or we might be exploring other lifetimes and realities. It just kind of depends on what's going on there. But what becomes obvious is that in the higher, you're probably spending time with your twin flame, no matter your situation here, whether you're with them in other realities and other lives, or just spending time in the astrals, or you're in this dimension, obviously doing Earth, and you're getting a lot of little signs and synchronicities that really remind you of your twin flame. It could be a song that you hear. It could be a favorite food. A smell, like, right? I was saying, and this is just not, I always give not the best examples, but I kept smelling my twin flame, and it turns out they had put something in my closet and it had like covered my clothes with it on accident or something. You know, you never know how this will translate into our reality. You could be seeing your name or little spirit messages, or you're watching a television show and you're thinking about them. They would love this, or whatever it is. You're getting these little, your mind wanders to this person, even in the union, right? It doesn't matter where you're at with that. So you're going to probably see little reminders of this person. That spirit is very involved in this connection, that this is a divinely guided connection. The universe is always trying to also keep you on course. If you're, God forbid, separated, there will be the universe trying to match make you and bring you back together when you've healed whatever issues or lessons you need to master in order to fully come together again And we need to understand that there are points where we will cross with certain souls, especially our twin flame, but there's probably going to be places where we even separate and we have to go our own way. Welcome to Coming to Earth. That's like my favorite one of it. But hopefully you master this stuff and are able to spend the rest of your lifetime with this person in that twin flame union, as long as you're really doing the work and doing the self work. One of the biggest obstacles I see for divine feminine is focusing too much on your twin flame, blaming your divine masculine, focusing on what they're doing, and not turning your energy flow back to yourself and using that space, if you're in it and you're being guided to work on yourself, because that is how you're going to shift things with your twin flame connection. And a lot of people feel like they're losing that person by working on themselves or not focusing on them. Make sure you're really working on yourself, no matter what your relationship status is with this person right now. That's going to be how you master this connection, as well as they always reflect back your own energy. I feel your energy around me all the time. You may feel this person as in the high or in the 5D as a spirit guide. I was talking about this. A lot of times people go into separation and they have a lot of negative self-talk towards themselves or their twin flame about what happened. And a lot of times people don't realize that we're telepathically wired up with our twin flame, so they're receiving these messages or energy, right? And if it's negative, avoidance, repelling, keeping them away. When it's positive, pulling them in, magnetizing them and drawing them in, because we're oftentimes having conversations on that higher level actually with them. So when you are saying something like you're talking to them or you're receiving a message, oftentimes this is the telepathic connection. It really just kind of depends on how much you've worked on yourself and where you're at and what level or where you're at energetically as to how open you are, just as it kind of depends on each person as to how open you are to the spiritual in general too. So a lot of you guys are kind of opening up your spiritual connection more and more with source. And as you are, you're opening up that telepathic connection more and more with your twin flame. You're going to know you've healed when you're being very positive to yourself, and you'd have positive things, not negative, to say to this person, right? But as long as you're in any type of negativity, whether with yourself or this person, tends to kind of, like we talked about, be the wrong kind of energy. And your twin flame has a funny way of coming into your reality, right, when you're ready and things like that. So the more you can stay positive within yourself, within how you're talking to yourself, and even in your spiritual connection or your twin flame connection, this is really, really going to help you. This person is worth waiting for. All right, spiritual union. You already know this. This is a twin flame reading. This is for the divine masculine, divine feminine. And you know this about it too, that you're meant to be shifting into a spiritual union and making this a spiritual connection. It's so much higher too, whether you're being guided to really work on your healing, work on your energy, and to make this more of a spiritual connection with this person. This might involve doing more things spiritually with them. More spiritual practice. It might just come down to your routine, your day-to-day patterns, what you're doing within this connection too. All right, fulfillment of wishes. You're being guided to focus on your manifestations right now and what you want for the rest of this year, what you desire. Things are starting out a little bit slow. They're moving, but at the same time, I feel a little bit slow while we have Mars in retrograde, because it's kind of guiding you to slow down and to pay attention to your energy and to pace yourself and to really focus on what you're putting your energy into. And that's okay. But you're also being guided to really focus on what you're manifesting for this year. So when we were asleep, we didn't really know this stuff, but now that we're awake, we have no excuse for making things happen, because more and more you're like learning and having more and more revealed, especially on the twin flame journey. So you always were responsible for what it is you're manifesting and creating, but hopefully you're becoming more and more intentional with what you're manifesting and what you're creating. This is a powerful space for the seeds that we are planting. We know just as we're planting, we'll say a rose garden, you're going to put those seeds in and they're not going to come out overnight, right? It's going to take a little bit of time, love, patience. That's how it is right now. We are actually tending to the soil and putting our manifestations down for the year moving forward while we're in Capricorn season, or I said laying kind of the foundation for the year, planting our seeds. It all comes down to your plans right now, your long-term goals, and what it is that you're working on and what it is that you're manifesting. And of course, clearing the blocks and the challenges. I always say to get at me and do some work with me, right? Sign up and do that reading option. It's a good way to do a phone call and to tap into what's going on for your specific situation so that you can clear some of the blocks. I see people I got it, I'm fine. The toxic culture we're living in, I'm great, I'm okay, and keep spinning in their circles and loops and things like this. You might be guided to stop for a minute and to get some help with your situation and clearing some of these blocks. Energy clearing work is so effective. Working with someone that can really guide you through this process will help, because this is going to help you to stay accountable and to work on those areas where you really need it. And oftentimes, right, we're not going to do that work within ourselves because we might not know how, we might not be able to see everything. Get at me if you want to do some work. I have nice reading options, I have tons of healings, and I have tons of clearings for all things that might be coming up with this. So you might have with this card indicating some blocks that are coming up. This could be inner negativity, beliefs, reoccurring patterns. I always remind everyone, you have created your entire situation and there's no more excuses for creating out of a 3D level. 3D level is victim consciousness, blaming everyone else, not doing the work, creating negative patterns still. So we want to heal so that we can create our dream love life relationship, right? Our twin flame is always a mirror for whatever we're thinking, believing, or even, doing within ourselves. So when we do the inner work, it helps to shift our energy, thus shifting the outer too. Get at me if you have blocks coming up. It'll be really good to clear them. Okay, you guys are moving on. I talked about from things that are draining your energy while we're in Mars retrograde. You might be letting go of old patterns, beliefs, behaviors, or even situations in your life. Trust any doors that are closing right now. This is all meant to help your energy, and a lot of people are having the hardest time with twin flame. It's like you meet your twin flame and you're in the love bubble. It's amazing. And for those of you guys that are navigating separation spaces, it can feel like you've been left alone. You have been. You're like, right? This is not to go back to old situations of the 3D and calling old friends and things like that. Actually, you're meant to sit by yourself, because this is how you heal, repair those energy leaks, focus on raising your frequency, doing the inner work very fast so that your twin flame can come back in and join you once again in union. Just kind of depends on where you're at with that. Make sure you're focusing on yourself. This is flowing through things. A lot of you guys are resisting the process. We see that very common. In the twin flame journey especially, where a lot of times you guys are not going with the flow, and it's like all about what you want and what you're trying to do. Go with the flow. Yes, you want to put these manifestations out there, but you also want to flow with the universe and things like that. So kind of going with the flow right now. This is precious time. How are you spending your time and your energy right now? This is what Mars retrograde asks us to tune into or pay attention to, and to really, really determine how you're spending your time and things like that. You're being guided to really declutter your life right now. It's going to come down to what you're doing with your daily habits. Make sure that you're cleaning your energy daily. You always have to. You're picking up a lot of energy debris and negativities and things like that. It's very important that you're taking care of your energy and doing things that are good for your energy daily. We have Angel of Peace. You're being guided to do the inner work so that you're more balanced and that you are that partner that you would want to be with, and to face and heal these aspects that you may need to work on. So we're on Earth, and I think we've all woken up to that we all have areas we need to heal and work on within ourselves. Shadow work is to truly heal those unlovable aspects, darker aspects, or patterns that you need to face and kind of transmute and work on too. You might have some shadow work coming up, or areas that you need to really work on within yourself. Like I said, everyone has things they're working on. Hello from the other side. I love this, because you might be having, I want to say, memories from the past, or you might be fine, but you might have, I say haunted, you might be getting haunted by memories of your past that you need to resolve or work through, or even you might even have a strong spirit connection to the other side. A lot of you guys have lost loved ones that are continuing to stay around or stick around, acting as a spiritual guide for you, especially those that are in your family line. They might be helping you from afar, or even, acting as a guide or helping to give you direction in the now too. Make sure that you're staying connected to the spiritual, whether this is doing energy work to open up your spiritual connection to source, or maybe even connecting with the other side. I'm a psychic medium, and that's how I do a lot of my work as well too, connecting with spirit to give you messages that we can really, really use in our everyday life to help us to navigate our spiritual course here. You might be guided to open up or connect with some of your mediumship gifts. I have a ton of classes on my website. I'm like, check them out, right? I have so many amazing healings and classes. Just go with what you're guided to. I have a nice little search bar in my shop if you're trying to find something too. And I know I have lots of activate your mediumship gift classes and other things like that. Or if you're trying to learn how to heal, Okay, let love in. You guys have built up walls and blocks and avoidance patterns yourself, and ways that you're showing your fluffy aspects, and when it comes to the darker ones being triggered, you were not prepared. Actually, it's through the healing being triggered on the twin flame journey that is meant to help you to open up to more love and unconditional love with yourself first, thus your twin flame too. I see some people still kind of trying to control the process or put conditions on how things should be going. Usually your twin flame might even hold opposite polarities in some areas too, because opposites tend to attract, right? Look at it like a split yin to yang, right? You may be very different or wired up differently. That's okay. This is to help you heal areas that you need it in some type of way on your journey. Let go of restrictions, judgments, and blocks when it comes to the journey. Some of you are feeling drained and you have wounds that are coming up, walls that are coming up, or this might have kicked in fight or flight. When we talk runner or chaser, that's classic fight or flight, right? And things like that you might need to heal. So we think we've healed all of our trauma, but we oftentimes have unprocessed trauma held within our energy body. This is why I'm so into the energy healing. This will help us, because oftentimes you might have reoccurring problems or issues that you're still struggling with in the now, and we might not always be able to pinpoint the traumas where these come from. I know we think we could, right? But oftentimes they're from blocks and things in our energy body. Hell, you had a lot of trauma passed down your family line that you wouldn't even be able to consciously tap into, but we still hold it in our programming. And so trauma can leave imprints in our energy, and it also can even leave deeper imprints in our brain and programming and patterns of thinking, beliefs, and different deeper levels. So energy work is really, really effective. Especially when oftentimes the unprocessed emotions and traumas linger in the body and in our energy field, causing problems for us in the now, and we can't always pinpoint that. Energy healing will really, really help you, especially because trauma tends to stick to our nervous system, impacting our nervous system. I see a lot of people dealing with a lot of fear, anxiety, stress, worry, things like that. Energy healing will really, really help you with that if it's something that you struggle with. Okay, so we have the Page of Wands. This is phone call coming through. Maybe you're just communicating more. This could be text messages. This could be old-fashioned letters, really opening up in communication. This is my throat chakra card too. And so this is some type of communication coming in. So say you're in a union. This could be you guys really opening up more. I see that for those of you guys in separation, where your twin flame is sharing their side of things and telling you what they're going through and what they're experiencing, and that they're not having an easy time if you haven't been, and that they mirror whatever you're going through. And so if you've been struggling with this, Divine Feminine, and especially in a separation, they have been too, and they might not have opened up fully about what they're going through, right, with it, or felt good enough too. So for you guys in union, having deep talks, right? Opening up, communicating, and this is what it's all about too. And so this could be also because we're dealing with Mars and Cancer, sharing your emotions, your feelings, and this stuff becoming very important too. So expect some type of messages to be coming through. This could be psychic downloads, spiritual downloads coming through, getting more information on your situation, but I mean directly from your person. We have the Six of Cups, letting go of the past, focusing on the future, and leaving home, resolving childhood issues. And this kind of fits hand in hand with the last message. If you guys are in a separation, you're needing a shift, start to do those calls with me so I can work with you to shift things. One of the biggest problems I see with people is not doing the work and sitting stagnant and getting the same results, or staying stuck because they haven't healed some of the original issues that have caused the problems. Usually you guys have manifested it with your thoughts. You're like, what? You're manifesting every second of your reality, and if you've run into the ground, crashed the ship, right? Things aren't going good, you're needing a shift. Very common. Don't beat yourself up about it, but get some help if you need it. So this could be also connected to childhood things that you need to resolve and deal with too. So there might have been, some of you guys had a really bad childhood. Welcome to Earth, right? Some of you guys had a really tough childhood. And when your parents were upset, you used to blame yourself, because this is what children do, right? And so there's a lot of ways that you may have taken on a lot of negative programming of how you're seeing yourself and how you feel about yourself that you might need to still unpack and deal with too, that might be affecting your relationships. I see a lot of people having relationship problems on planet Earth. You're not having relationship problems. You're having unhealed childhood wounding, where you're attracting people that are recreating and playing out the same loops, patterns, and dynamics with you as an attempt to resolve some of these deeper issues. This is why we have a lot of healing surfacing that might be affecting your relationships, very much connected to childhood wounding and healing the inner child and things like that. Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands. This is like some of you guys are being a little bit negative. Some of you guys might be overwhelmed, exhausted, passive aggressive to get your needs met. Some of you guys might be acting jealous, manipulative. This could be backfiring. These are negative aspects, negative traits you need to face. Things that your twin flame generally will trigger specifically so that you can work on whatever these issues are. Are there things that your twin flame has been triggering through their behavior? If there's something you need to resolve within yourself, oftentimes your twin flame will do things to push those buttons or to act out certain behavior to get you to face it and heal it. The good news is, I always say, it only takes one of the twin flames to be doing this deeper level of work. When you do, it will heal the other person too. So each pattern, you might hold the same pattern generally, or even opposing forces of it. When you clear a pattern, when you heal a pattern, it will help with both of you. All right, we're going to do Divine Masculine, kind of fast too. Okay, so Divine Masculine Collective. What is going on for the Divine Masculine? Divine Feminine, if you're watching, direct messages from your masculine. I miss looking into your eyes and into your soul. This person could always see through you, deep into the Divine Feminine and things like that. They literally can tell the connection. You guys always knew it right off the bat. The universe may have a funny way of always bringing you back with this person time and time again. You might have crossed paths many times, or maybe you just never left each other's side. I keep track of you from afar by looking you up online. As I did a call last night, I was saying a lot of times your twin flame is posting just for you if you didn't notice, or saying things and, you know, trying to get your attention or whatever it is. They have a habit of always looking at your socials, even if you don't realize that too. So this Divine Masculine spends a lot of time looking at the Divine Feminine's socials. Being away from you hurts like hell. I didn't realize it would be this difficult. Divine Masculine goes through those same feelings too, by the way. It might be struggling if apart. There isn't a second of the day that you're not on my mind. Twin flames are always on each other's mind. Like I said, your mind has a funny way of bringing you back to this person. The subconscious especially, and things like that. It tends to, you know, you might be driving down the road, you got a little bit of free time, you're tuned in into your twin flame. You know, you're just chilling, having your coffee. You think about them, what they're doing, what they're going through. And this doesn't stop even when you're together. And this is why it can be a very intense connection. It's not like the karmic connections of the 3D. It might be hard to balance. I always feel like I describe it like sucking you in like a black hole, where you guys might find you're spending a little too much time together and neglecting other areas of your energy or of your life. So you're also needing balance. I feel a lot of times separations happen so that you guys can learn to balance that and to get in a good flow and routine by yourselves, so that when you bring this together with your twin flame, you're able to better handle those energies, because these are divine energies that we're also integrating with this connection and through this connection, and that we're needing to stay more balanced and anchored into these higher frequency energies, especially with a person that will reflect back our own energies and things we need to work on that can get quite intense and quite challenging. Most of the time when I see separations is because you guys are not getting along and there's signs you're out of balance. Could be arguing, being mean to each other, saying things to each other, negativity basically. Number one reason that negative energy tends to push away twin flames. So when you're in the positive energy and feeling good, you don't have those kind of issues. But it's also very important, like I said, to learn how to stay balanced, because it can kind of suck you in. Because when you are in this higher frequency energy and you're feeling really, really good, it's like you might feel like you're sticking to this person like a magnet. And hey, it's Earth. You got a lot of other things to do, right? Your soul mission, your destiny, your job. Some of you guys are parenting, right? And so sometimes you're needing to really stay balanced and grounded and anchored into your own energy and your own frequency to be able to bring this together as a whole too. So, you know, just kind of honor whatever stage of the journey that you're working through or moving through right now. I need to do some soul searching on my own. And this is huge too, because it's a connection that is about spiritual awakening. You probably get a lot of downloads, insights, or even little, like we said, nudges from the universe through it. This separation is because you started to treat me like a karmic partner. Okay, so we have a lot of programming and patterns when it comes to relationship. That's what I help you guys work through and heal, by the way. I'm really good at it. So that's why I say to do those sessions, so that you guys can clear some of these things. So we're kind of wired up in childhood, then we go have our relationships that are karmic. They start out karmic, and then we pick up more ways of relating that oftentimes are not healthy, even unhealthy attachment styles and ways of coping and things like that on the energy level. And you've taken this all in, right, into your energy field. And so when we try to come together with the twin flame, and we're trying to relate from this karmic way of relating, because our family is very karmic, our past relationships very karmic, and we're trying to relate in a karmic way with the twin flame, mismatch. It doesn't work out, especially when you consider two people are both wired up differently and have had all previous hurts, pains, wounds around love, karmic patterns, things you're working on. What a mess, right? And so that's why it's very important that you are staying more intentional about doing that inner work and healing certain things that might be causing issues or wreaking havoc in your love life, as I say, right? Some of you guys have sabotaging tendencies, fears, insecurities, worries, things that come up, right? Negative behavior, whatever it is. And to heal the karmic patterns, because oftentimes some of you guys might be seeing or treating your twin flame like you would of the karmic, and this doesn't generally work and things like that. So when we have unhealed trauma or unresolved trauma, we bring it into our relationships to work out. And when you try to bring it into the twin flame connection, it's not like a normal relationship. I mean, yeah, this person might play out some of these patterns with you, but generally you end up in separation needing to unpack that baggage by yourself, because it is your trauma and you're responsible to heal that by yourself, okay? It doesn't matter where you picked it up from. Sometimes we pick up trauma from our family line, previous relationships and things like that, but like I said, it is your responsibility to heal some of these things so that you can have a healthier relationship. That's what I want for everyone, by the way. I want you guys to have healthy, beautiful relationships and a beautiful love life, and I help you guys to heal all different areas, you know that, but I have a big focus on this too with the relationships. Okay, have faith in this situation too. This is a path where you have to walk it with faith and to trust in the support of the universe too. Love and gratitude, shifting into those energies of love and gratitude, negative frequency, fear, worry, stress, lower frequencies. We want to shift into these higher frequencies of love and gratitude, and to really bring that into our energy field and to really feel that. Sometimes it's negative emotions and energies that are blocking us up, so that we're kind of purging a lot of that out or needing to unpack it and deal with that. Energy clearing work will help if you guys are not feeling great or great about your situation. Connecting with the element of air. This is all about manifestation in your dreams and bringing these into reality. Also freedom. So we are doing ascension. Twin flame is meant to aid you in your ascension, and this is all about clearing attachments, letting go of blocks, and doing the deeper energy work. Your twin flame would not be serving you if they were allowing you to not do the work. So oftentimes not doing the work, stuck in separation, right? Doing the work, union. And so your twin flame is here to help you on your journey, to give you that motivation or that push that you need to do a little bit of the work and things like that. You get a lot of wisdom. I was telling someone this yesterday, that you get so much wisdom. You heal yourself and you transmute all that pain and alchemize it. You're going to get so many downloads, so much wisdom, so much higher understanding. So make sure that you're doing the healing. It's going to unlock a lot of that. Material and spiritual prosperity. Some of you guys are being guided to get your finances in order, to refill your cup, to recharge, to get your spending in order, to save up, to heal this area too. I have so many nice financial healings on my website, and a big focus on that, connected with our energy and our energy levels, right? Leaking and draining energy, not feeling very good. Healing your energy, probably doing really good with your finances. Prosperity begins. Divine Masculine, being guided to heal your sacral chakra and to really work on your finances. Connecting with the universe. We have a lot of those cards and messages today. Connecting with source and strengthening your spiritual connection. So we have the 9 of Cups, and this is like wish fulfillment and getting what you want. Stay focused with your manifesting and what you're working on right now. You're very magnetic as you're doing the energy work and pulling in, drawing in more and more, whether this is your twin flame, manifestations, things in general you want, goals, whatever it is. We have the 8 of Wands. A lot of you guys are coming in with high energy and a passionate offer. This could be going for what you want with your twin flame, making a relationship offer, making it clear that you want to date them or that you want to work on this connection or what you want within the connection. We have the Queen of Swords, and this is like cutting out low vibe experiences and people and letting go of anything low vibrational in your life right now. Some of you guys have been really doing the work. So we tend to have to go through our little hermit phase with awakening. Maybe some of you guys, like we said, were guided to sit by yourself and to work on yourself by yourself, trusting that as you are clearing low vibrational connections, fake friends, karmic connections, whatever, and you're doing this work, you're going to make space for what is more aligned for you within this awakening too. You're being guided to cut out the bad habits and things that you're doing that make you not the best partner, right? Okay, you're being guided to really work on yourself by yourself and to cut out whatever it is. This could be cutting cords, karmic situations, karmic partners, whatever it is. We have the Hierophant. This is like, some of you guys, this might be your spiritual union card. This could be marriage. It could be traditional relationship when we see this, but it's connected because this is a twin flame reading with your spiritual union and shifting this into union. Maybe you're in a separation and you're being guided to double down and do that work and heal yourself so you can shift out of that. Maybe you're in a union right now with your twin flame and you're being guided to still do some work to make sure it's going smoother and to shift this in. I see a lot of twin flames like dating but not living together yet. Like, right? Okay, I see a lot of you guys haven't fully brought it together. Not to pick, right? You guys are like dated, you've been dating a while, you're in union, you'll say, but you're not fully because you're not living together. You haven't fully merged those universes together. So we got divine feminine, divine masculine, being guided to, merge it together into one universe. You're kind of teetering. My flame's an avoidant. I got my own space. They got their own space, but we're dating. And you're kind of dancing around still, right? Doing this dance. I would love to see some of these twin flames really get it together into this full union. And I know it takes time. We talked about this, of the reasons why. We're going to see a lot of that happening for those that are doing the work coming into 2025, though. Okay, so we have the Eight of Cups. Some of you guys have, this is probably why on the masculine side, fear of me moving on, feeling stuck, not being mature enough, low self-esteem, stagnation, and accepting less than. So this is self-worth issues. A lot of times it comes down to negative beliefs, how we see and feel about ourselves, or whatever it is. This could highlight many different reasons for that. Oftentimes coming down to negative beliefs and things like that. That's why I do the work with you guys, because you guys have had these reoccurring negative beliefs your entire life, weren't much of a problem until spiritual awakening, where we got to pay attention and work on those beliefs and purge them out and release them and reprogram. And it can be a lot of work, right? Letting go of any ways that you're feeling stagnant or stuck. Stuck means blocked energy, clearing that energy and releasing things connected with how you feel about yourself, reoccurring negative beliefs. Okay, I'm going on that note anyways. You guys always know where to find me. If you need me, go ahead and just book those phone calls through my website. And that's the best way I can help you guys to go into your specific situation and help you. Tons of healings on there, tons of classes. I also do the twin flame coaching, which I feel very much you'll probably need going through this process, as it can be quite intense. But I have all those nice tools for you guys. If you need them, just book me on my website, sparksofdivinelighealing.com, and have a beautiful day.